Good news, everyone. The C30 is back. Stay tuned. Hey guys, what's going on? And welcome to Shifting Lanes. My name's Chad. This is my 2008 Volvo C30 project car. She's been missing in action for about a month now, guys. I do apologize for that. I had some other things I needed to take care of, chief among which was some personal stuff at home. And, well, I've been pretty under the weather past few weeks. The good news is we're back with her today. Now we're going to be making one upgrade to her today, and I'm going to give you an update on just how the C30 is running and some problems I have unfortunately uncovered that we're going to be addressing in the coming weeks. The upgrade in question, well, that would be this. This is the rear chassis bar. If you guys remember when Greg did his test drive on here, we were commenting on how the back feels a little bit soft, a little bit wobbly. One way to address that is with sway bars, stiffer suspension, and in conjunction with all that, you get yourself a chassis bar. This chassis bar or chassis brace comes to us from Stiff Car Products. Now, they're a little small company that specialize in P1 Volvos. They are, however, branching out and starting to go to other cars, other models, so on and so forth. They graciously reached out to me, asked if I wouldn't mind reviewing one of their products. Now, this is the biggest brace they make. It's a little heavier than the competition. However, they make braces in various different sizes. If you want to check them out at the end of this video, go to SCP_racing on Instagram. You can send all inquiries there. They're a great bunch of guys. I can't wait to install this. And then next time, we'll give you a full review. And why next time? Well, we'll have to dive under the hood to tell you that. So, for right now, we got to get started. And to do that, well, my car's a mess. I got to clean her up. So, let's get to it. Okay, so first step is folding the rear seats down. Then you need to locate your rear seat strikers. Now we are going to need to cut a section out here. Razor blade is really the best tool for the job here. Word to the wise here, if you're unsure, measure your strut brace and cut out a little more than you think you need, because otherwise you end up making a hash of it and everything doesn't look as good as you hoped for. So I'm going to dive right in and hopefully this goes smoothly. Okay, so we have the interior cut. Now we have two 13mm bolts here that we're just going to remove. That'll take the striker off, and then we can install the new strut brace. We have everything as disassembled as it needs to be to install our new chassis brace. Before we do that, let's take a look at the brace itself. As you can see, it's basically just a hunk of metal with two brackets on either side to mount it up to the car. That's because this thing is designed to stiffen the chassis, to reduce roll when you're through the corners. So let's take a look at this specific chassis brace. As you can see, we have some really if the light focuses, we have some really good welds on quality steel with a quality finish. The only thing left to do, without too much swearing, is get this into the car. Alrighty, and there is our brand new chassis brace, courtesy of Stiff Car Products. Again, SCP_racing on Instagram. If you're interested in one of these, this is, again, the biggest one they sell. They do smaller ones if you don't want something as big. But as you can see, it's pretty flush up against the rear seats. The only downside I can see, my golf clubs no longer fit in this car. Small price to pay for some better handling. Now, we're going to go up front to tell you why I'm not actually going to be test driving this car until I get some major fixes done up in the engine bay. Here we are up front. See our fantastic Elevate intake. And if we look down here, our oil filter reservoir, PCV, whatever the hell you want to call it, can't really tell, or maybe you can from the picture here, but she started to leak a little bit, so we definitely have to get that replaced. That could be an engine killer. However, the biggest thing we need to address is, and this one's going to be really hard to point out. If you look down here, that's our lower radiator hose and our thermostat. Now, you don't have to know a ton about cars to know that if either of those things go, it's big time bad news for the engine. So, first things first, we're going to get that replaced. Then we're going to come over here and get that replaced. And then I can return to driving this car hard as she's meant to be. But until I get those things fixed, she's just going to be basically either sitting in my driveway or not really going very far at all. Alrighty, guys. I'm sorry if this was a little bit of a short one. I know it was a tiny job. In total, it was 4 bolts. But like I said, I've been a little under the weather, and well, that took a lot more out of me than I was anticipating. As far as the chassis brace itself, when it comes to install, it's fairly straightforward. I do recommend you keep a magnet socket set or a magnet handy. You really don't want to drop any bolts down behind the upholstery there. I came close a couple times, and it is wouldn't be fun to get those bad boys out. Number 2, it is a one-person job. You could easily do this by yourself, but if you have a friend of yours who excuse me, if you have a friend of yours who wouldn't mind helping you out with the job, these things can be not heavy, but a bit cumbersome. Having a second set of hands, especially when you're kind of cramped inside there, is always beneficial. The repairs that we need to do before we can get the C30 back up and running in all her glory. Hopefully we'll get to that next week, depending on parts availability. The good news is my coilovers will be here in May. But they're awesome. I cannot wait to put them on. If the timing and the car gods are on my side, I'll have those on for the Dragon. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you want to help out Shifting Lanes, easiest way to do it, hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, or hit that notification bell. The bell is big because that way you get notifications immediately whenever we release new content, whether it be our Volvos, whether it be reviews, whether it be events and so on that we attend. As you've noticed, we've been releasing a lot of our New York Auto Show press days coverage of late, and next month we're going to a really awesome event that I hope you guys stick around for. The other way to support the channel is head on over to our Teespring page. Get yourself, well, it's spring, bordering on summer, but you can get a t-shirt rocking the C30, the V70R, and the S60R. Now, for my P1 guys out there, Hanson is our leading sales guy. The S60R is the best-selling shirt, apparel, so on that we have. I don't know about you, but that doesn't really sit well with me. So head on over there, get yourself some C30 stuff, show Shifting Lanes that the C30 is your favorite car. We'd really, really appreciate it. Sorry. Lastly, you can always support us on Patreon if you want to see maybe these builds go a teensy bit quicker. That's a great way for you to help us out there. We also have brand new apparel sporting our brand new logo, which we're really excited about. We also have stickers. If you're interested in those, contact at shiftinglanes.com. You can find us on social media at Shifting Lanes. I'm at Chenedy83. I know it was short. I know it was 4 bolts, but I'm pretty much wrecked, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.